We start tonight with Orion grad and future NFL player Logan Lee.
Yeah, Cuff, we're here with a very familiar face, Logan Lee, just a few days away from the NFL draft. Before we get to all that draft stuff, first and foremost, great to see you as always. You look good. What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you as you get ready for hopefully a big weekend?
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's nice to be here, nice to see you. But yeah, it's been running around nonstop. So Tori and I we were in Florida for 2 months, ended up training up until the combine, and then after the combine we came back to North Liberty at our apartment. We have that through the end of May. Yeah, life's good, life's crazy.
It was a good, I believe, everything I've read, and you can tell me, it's been a good process for you. Kind of take me through that, because I know you went down to Florida. You probably stayed in Florida after the bowl game and started working out. You get that invite to the Senior Bowl. Kind of talk to me about getting that and kind of starting to prove yourself and getting those opportunities, I guess, to prove yourself in front of some important eyes.
Yeah, so I got the invite to the Shrine Bowl, and I ended up doing fairly well there. Not quite as well as I was hoping, but nonetheless, I definitely improved my draft stock because of my performance. So that was pretty neat, being able to have a platform to be able to work on that and be able to improve a little bit, and always be able to compete. That's what I love most. So so we did that, went back to Florida, and then had the combine. That went very well, tested. There's a few things. 40, I was a little bummed about, not my best performance. And then for bench press, I was pretty frustrated with that too. Those two are the only things where I did not hit my expected goals. Everything else I pretty much exceeded. So that was super exciting. Had an opportunity at both places to have quite a few interviews. Had 29 at the Shrine Bowl, and then I probably had 9 or 10 at the combine. And then we had pro day. So after the combine, came back to North Liberty, and then had the pro day. And again, that went pretty well. I actually did some tight end stuff and long snapping stuff as well. So that was pretty fun. Yeah, it's been running around a ton, but it's been awesome.
How much pressure is, I don't want to say this whole process because you got to perform, but you're at the combine. I mean, that's every kid's dream, is to be at the combine, and you're all eyes are on you, all that kind of stuff. Did you embrace that? Was there some nerves? Kind of take me through what's going on, upstairs when you're doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was. I was really nervous going into it. I didn't know what to expect with the interviews, if they'd get a lot deeper than the ones at the Shrine Bowl or not. I didn't know what to expect with actual time restraints and commitments that you had throughout the week, and it was not ideal for optimal performance. Growing up, I've always loved Washington Combine. It's always been my dream being able to go, and once I got there, it was awesome, but it was very anticlimactic. It was like, it's so quiet.
Yeah.
There are some fans there, but it's not like it's crazy by any means.
Sure.
It was a lot of fun. Very blessed. Very grateful that I was able to perform as well as I did. And yeah.
Did you know you did well when you did it? Like, did you walk off that field going, I mean, that's it.
I was pretty emotional. Yeah, I knew. Like I mentioned, I was a little bummed with my 40 and my bench press, but I PR'd by everything else by quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
Was there just like a relief, or was there like a satisfaction, or take me through the?
Yeah, it was just crazy that you are building up 2 months training for 1 day worth of stuff. That's, and I went and I did well. So super exciting. It's just a relief, like you said. It's just a huge weight taken off, and it's like, okay, that checks a box of what I need next, and now it's pro day. So next 2 days later, I was ready for.
Well, you've checked these boxes. Yeah. Well, now there's one box to check, and it's that draft, and that stuff's in your hands. What's next is really not in your hands. So how do you prepare and get ready for that weekend that's coming up real quick?
You can't really. It's just this week, my agent keeps in touch with the teams that are really interested, and then next week will be the teams that are less interested, that don't see me as a projected draft pick. I would say half the teams do, half the teams don't see me as a projected draft pick because I don't fit their system. But like Jack Campbell and Sam Laporta last year, like they only had a single meeting with the Lions, so they had no idea the Lions were even interested. And it's like I've met with some teams multiple times, and they might not be interested one bit. And I met with some teams once, and I don't think they have any interest. And then you might end up there. It's like just the unknown's unbelievable. It's it's fun though.
You mentioned two guys, and Jack and Sam. I know they were close with you, but just Iowa guys in general.
Yeah.
They've done well in the league. You know, they've stuck, and Kirk Ferentz has a good track record of sending guys to that next level. Have you heard that? Could you tell that? Can you sense that? Like there is that respect factor for guys that came from here.
Yeah. Biggest thing that I've heard is the fact that it is. Like we handle ourselves, we conduct ourselves much like a pro system. Obviously, we have twice as many people, and we have a lot of younger guys that are still maturing, and it's not quite to the outfit of NFL program, but in a lot of regards, we try to hold ourselves to a higher standard than a college program. We want to try to, whether it be our long socks during game days, whether it be the way we carry ourselves and the way we recruit. It's been pretty awesome to see how consistent we are with getting people who are not quite five-star athletes, but they are the ones that are willing to work and buy into what we are doing and what we have as a team. It's like if you get the right guys to fit a system, you can make it a lot farther than if you just try to find the athletes, I guess.
This is the dream. I mean, I can imagine a young Logan Lee running around the yard wanting to play football at this level. Have you thought about that? That, you know, there's a lot of injuries, a lot of work, a lot of effort that's gone into this, and it leads up to kind of this weekend and moment. Do you sit back and put it all in perspective, I guess?
Yeah, it's been thinking about it a lot since after Pro Day. It's like there's a lot of downtime in between Pro Day and draft, and you're just like, I think I went 3 for 3. I think I did well in all three things leading up to this, but it's like now it's just all, and none of it's up to me. It's like, but with that being said, I know that God has a greater plan than that of my own. So obviously there's a few places that I think would fit for me more than others, and a few that would not. But with that being said, I'm like, I know that He has a greater plan than that of my own. So I'm just, both my wife and I are trying to trust that plan as much as we can and cast those anxieties or those nerves onto Him.
I go back, because Scott Weiss is here with me, and we did a story with you probably going into your junior year, probably summer going into your junior year, when things picked up. And here we are, I don't want to do the math later, but a lot of years later, and this is kind of the end result, or moving on to that next step. We kind of talked on the way up, like, did we know then that this was this? When did you start realizing, and can you go back to that 16-year-old Logan, and what would you tell that 16-year-old Logan now that you maybe know as you get ready for the NFL draft?
Yeah, I absolutely believed from probably before middle school I wanted to play in the NFL, and I didn't see it as a unrealistic expectation for myself. I've been blessed with some good genetics, so that certainly helps. I've been blessed with some awesome work ethic that has allowed me to be able to take these next steps that I have. And I've just been blessed beyond all measure. There's nothing that I can chalk up to being that of my own, but it's just the way that God has been able to provide my life. So
you mentioned going down to Florida and being different places and stuff, but you're a Midwest kid. You're a Quad City kid. You're an Orion kid.
Absolutely.
Kind of talk, because we mentioned going up to see Logan today, and like everybody's like, oh, that's our guy. And the Quad Cities seems very proud of Logan Lee, and I think you're pretty proud of the Quad Cities as well. There's still that's home for you, isn't it?
It is. And not just the Illinois side, but it's like even into the Iowa side, it's like it's pretty cool, the connections and the relationships I've been able to develop throughout the entire area. So it's the support's awesome. Being able to see a photo of the tailgate before a game, and I have 120 people there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty special. The sports system is just unbelievable.
Let me ask you some fun questions. The weirdest thing you were asked at the combine? The weirdest question.
Nothing.
Really?
I was shocked. I was hoping it was all like, who would win a basketball game? A 1v1, Caitlin Clark or Cooper DeJean. It's like,
really?
that's pretty much what people were asking about.
But that's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
What was the answer that you gave?
Caitlin's the best to ever do it. but Cooper's the most athletic man I've ever seen in my life.
But that's not an answer.
I'm
That's
leaving it at that.
What interview did you enjoy the most? So we're watching this in the Quad Cities. There's Bears fans.
Yeah.
Did you meet with the Bears?
I did, yep. So I've had several meetings with Bears, Steelers, Vikings, Lions, Colts, Rams. There's probably 7 more that I'm forgetting.
Sure.
It's just I didn't have a list prepared.
What was your favorite interview?
I wouldn't say any more than others. It was just, it's just pretty fun being
Were
able.
they all different?
Not really. The people were obviously different, and the connection that you felt afterwards was definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say like the structure of the interviews was nearly identical all the way through. It was like more get to know you, tell me about your past, tell me about your family, your sport, why you chose Iowa, how was Iowa. It's like just tell me about yourself. It was like just a conversation. It wasn't like hammering you on little stuff. And
What does Logan Lee do after all this is said and done to celebrate? Do you treat yourself? What's the celebration? What's the thing that you can finally say, all right, I know you're going to keep working, I get all that, but what's the celebration for Logan Lee? What's that thing? Is there anything?
I don't know, just spend time and appreciate the moment with my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much as simple as that. That's what I look forward to.
Yeah.
So.
Last question I got for you, and I got to ask for my photographer. Are your hands-wise,
Yeah.
can you still catch everything that comes your way?
Everything. Yeah.
Do you remember one of our first interviews? I don't think you probably did. Scotty asked you, how are your hands?
Yeah.
And you quickly responded, phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. I will say they are phenomenal. With that being said, obviously I hadn't caught a ball in 5 years, and then when I went down to Florida, I just started catching balls because 2 teams asked me to work out at Pro Day as a tight end. They said, we'll just have you run a couple routes and that's it. Yeah. So Pro Day came, I obviously did everything. Yeah. And I did drop 1 ball. I did. It was the very first ball.
How's your route running these days?
For 290, pretty good. Yeah, because I told, like, they were like, how would you feel about maybe getting some tight end reps and like getting like short yardage stuff? I'm like, I'll catch anything you throw at me. I'll put some guys in the ground, but do not expect me to get any separation on a route now at 290.
I'm not running away from anybody.
They're like, yep, that's about right. So,
awesome. Well, we appreciate you letting us do this.
Yeah, of course.
Can't wait for that weekend. We'll bug you then as well, and always proud of you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for everything.
Appreciate it.
He is